Welcome back, all you beautiful people in the Orphan Guild. It is I, your host and your guild master, the D&D Orphan, back with some more Fridays Whispers from the Abyss. Sorry about last episode's late upload. I completely forgot about it, not gonna lie, so it took me a little bit of time, but I got it up a few days ago, and this one will be going up tonight after the episode officially airs. So that being said, I'm joined with my lovely group as always. I've got the lovely Jiro.
Hello, I'm Jiro. I'm playing Yorick, the Death Cleric, human.
We've got the beautiful Aries.
I'm Aries. I am playing Rimuru, a slime folk and sorcerer.
And last but not least for today, we have our stunning Gunther.
Hello, I am Gunthar. I play Novu, and I am an Eldrin Blade Singer.
We also have another member of the party, as always, over here, Marcel. But Marcel will not be joining us today, sadly. But that being said, where we left off last session, as you can see, there's some new images uploaded and stuff. Rimuru, I know the bedroom that you have is not the picture you sent me, but I used that one to create a copyright-free AI image because the one you sent me was an Adobe. It was I had to purchase the rights to use it, and I didn't want to risk getting copyrighted or anything if these videos start becoming monetized in a year or two. I just used that image you gave me to kind of create something that looks similar. So I hope you don't mind.
Oh no, I think it's beautiful.
Okay, dope. Where
Actually, kind of wish that's my real room, to be honest.
well, I'm glad you like it. Where we left off last session, does anyone want to do the recap for me and get inspiration?
I was not here.
Aries, yes, you were not here. So, Jiro or Gunthar, either you guys want to do the recap for me and get inspiration?
All right, okay.
All right.
So, last session, what did we do? Fuck. No, we did not do that.
We did not do that.
No,
No.
you guys
We went to. I think first we went to Thaddeus, and we delivered him the weird charts that led to Sunny's transformation, and asked him if he could help us figure out what these are. And he gladly accepted and led us into his secret laboratory, where we also learned he has some kind of fighting ring or something similar. Well, we are going back to that later. So after that, we went over to our dwarven friend at the forge. We got some new gear for Cassidy, and then we went right back into the laboratory of Thaddeus and tried some of the new abilities of our companions. Since Grofra, she now has a rather pleasing human form. And Cassidy, of course, also wants to show off his new skills since he's now a follower and not a minion anymore. And they fought against what was it again? Undead ogre, I think.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And after a valiant battle, they finally managed to fell the foul beast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we end the session.
And that is indeed how we wrapped it up. After a nice little bit of training with the new companions, our three people, Marcel, Yorick, and Novu, all finished up their companions' training. Marcel using the undead Motherbucker, Yorick using his undead Cassidy, his skeletal archer, and like as he said, Novu using Garothra's new human form after consuming a dragon heart. And we ended the session there, and from there we pick back up. Rimuru, you spent your whole day locked up in your room after the events of Sunny and everything that happened. That when you were here last. How did obviously other than probably just crying, I would say you would get the opportunity to do a little bit of maybe mental training. A little bit of something in your room. What would you have been doing?
I was probably mental training, crying a lot. Veldora probably looking at me very confused, not understanding what was going on.
Okay. So what I'll have you do is roll me 4 Constitution rolls. We'll work on your con stat since this is all about your mental fortitude.
You said 4?
Yeah, 4 Constitution rolls.
Oof, okay, this is going off to a great start. 28.
Okay, 28. That's a good first one.
What the fuck? I feel like I'm cheating. I don't understand. I got another 28 here. Hold on. We're just gonna do this in Owlbear because
Yes, please. Yeah, yeah. Make sure you can count those first 2 ones, but please from now on roll in Owlbear.
and then no, I'm gonna do 3 because I feel like I'm not gonna take that second one. That's crazy.
What was it? A nat 20?
Yeah, it was a 20. It was a second 28.
Oh wait, you had that first one was a nat 20.
Yeah, both of them were.
God damn, your Constitution is a +8.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! What? Why? Wait, hold up.
What?
Wait, hold up. Why is your con a +8?
Oh, I just felt like Constitution would be the best thing for me. I don't know.
Well, yes, but what's your actual con stat? Like,
Uh,
what's the number?
19.
So no, your Constitution is only +3
This is +4 on
or
here.
+4. Yes, +4. So yeah. So how'd you get? So if you wait, so how'd you get a 28 then? If your Constitution's +4, how'd you get a
Oh,
20?
no. It's pushing on my saving throws.
That's why your saving throws are doubled because you're proficient. Okay, see that's why. Okay, so it wasn't 28, it was 24. And then now go ahead and make your other 3 rolls. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that was way too confusing. So 24, and
Okay.
then 19 plus 4. I'm bad at math, guys. I'm sorry.
23.
23, I mean. Yep. 23, okay. So
18 plus 4, and then 10 plus 4, so 14.
okay, so take plus 0.6. 0.6 into your con, okay? Add that to your notes. Dot 6. 0.4 more and your con will increase to a full 20.
Damn.
All right. All right, and with that, you spend the whole day, Rimuru, inside your bedroom, just using this moment to steel yourself. You reflect on the sadness and you let it harden your heart a bit. You obviously have dealt with some pretty tragic events back in your home plane, losing some loved friends, the original Veldora. But this hit a lot harder. This for some reason the bond you formed with this group is stronger than any bonds you've formed before, and you use this good moment, this bad moment, sorry, to be good lesson for you to learn that bad things can happen to even the best of companions, friends, or anyone. So you do that and you gain your plus to your constitution. And with that, you hear at the very end of the night, Rimuru, everyone coming back. They all sound pretty exhausted. Novu clumbling into his room, laying down. You hear him getting into bed, and across the other side of the hall, you can hear Yorick and Marcel both arriving back in their rooms, and everyone gets in bed, exhausted for the night, and you all pass out. And the 3 of you all get some pretty good sleep. You know, Yorick, you're still very broken up, especially. But Marcel and Novu, you two obviously are saddened. You know, you're pretty happy with your new abilities of some of your companions and seeing the feats that they've accomplished with that fight. So you feel a little sense of self accomplishment and such. So you go to bed feeling a little bit better than Yorick and Rimuru, but Rimuru barely is able to get to sleep, just sobbing through most of the night. You all kind of hear them on and off every now and then. But by the next morning, the tears have ended, and while everyone is still sad and the mood is still very somber, we all awaken on another day starting in the morning. So, whoever would like to awaken first, please go ahead and speak now.
Right. So guess I'm waking up first. getting out of my bed, stretching a bit, and then getting up with a loud thud on the wood. Another day. I'm upside down. Okay, wait. Ooh, thank you.
Gotcha.
And as soon as I get out of bed, already on my shoulders. And now it's in my face. Yeah. And I'm gonna get up and get some breakfast.
Now he's on your back. Now he's on your foot.
Yeah. Wait,
Now he's falling behind you.
like this.
All
And I'm
right.
heading over to Obel,
Yorick,
asking him
as you
to
you
put me in the
awaken
door.
and you pass Marcel's room, you hear Marcel call out to you. He heard you get up and he yells to you, "Marcel, I am doing mental training. I will come out tomorrow morning." And that is all you hear from him.
All right.
And as Yorick gets up and heads into the hall, you all hear Marcel faintly yell out something to him, and then you hear his thudding footsteps continue. Which, if you're not already awake, Rimuru and Novu, you're both awakened by this. So what do you guys do?
Well, I'm gonna get my sorry ass out of bed. Vildor is just gonna quietly follow behind me. I'm gonna go out and find York.
All right. So you follow behind York. You see him closing the door behind him, and entering the dining hall as he walks through, and you see him heading to up the stairs and over to York's kitchen cooking room. And Novu, you're the last to get out of bed. You hear Rimuru slide, like you hear the sloshing of the body dragging across the ground as Rimuru isn't really in human form entirely. They're not really walking; they're more dragging along. They're very. You can notice they're still sad and such. So you see a little bit of a pink slime trail leading into the living room. Uh, and obviously you're able to follow it, and you find that it leads to over to Old Bill. Do you follow the trail or do you go somewhere else?
Well, I come out of my room and I give a nod over to Arista, and then I just like look down to see who's with Arista. I
So,
raise an
so
eyebrow.
Arista's room actually does have a door. You see the little door that's like kind of right next to your picture. It is
Okay.
actually so currently her room's shut. But walking up to Arista's room, you do hear something with your passive perception. Rimmeru's was not high enough to hear it, but yours is. You hear some arguing, not like fighting, but just like you hear Arista say, "Who the devil are you?" And then you hear, "Oh shit, sorry." And then you have a second to interject or do something in this moment.
I knock on the door. Is everything okay?
Uh, Sir, can you please come in?
And I'll come on in.
So you open the door, Novu, and you see Arista standing in front of her bed, fully clothed, completely fine. Everything's all good there. But she's holding one of her daggers, and she's pointing it at this little fellow, kind of hobbling in the corner next to a cabinet. And he's a goblin. And he's kind of hunched over. He's very, very short, 2-3 feet at tops, maybe even a little shorter than Brood. Pale green skin. He's kind of cowering. He's hiding his face, and he's like just profusely apologizing, saying he's sorry over and over and over again. And Arisa turns to you and she says, "We seem to have a rat in the house," pointing her dagger at the little goblin.
And what are you doing in here, little one?
"Oh, I'm very sorry. This used to be the Thieves Guild, and I was a member before I was taken by the Kingpin to the Outlaws' Refuge, but I remembered some tunnels that I dug, and this used to be my room. I was just trying to seek refuge from the nasty man who rules the refuge."
Really? Well, why don't you come with me? I was about to get some breakfast, and you can tell me more about the bad man.
"Oh, food? You really foods for me? People up here usually don't offer us food." And Arisa looks at you with a kind of a frowned like eyebrow, kind of giving you a puzzled look, like, "Really? You're gonna feed this thing?"
That's
Yeah.
fucked.
Oh, thank you very much, thank you. And he kind of like very like goes like as far around her legs as he can, not going anywhere near her. And she kind of visibly steps back a little, kind of like in disgust a bit. As he kind of goes around her, and he kind of huddles over to you, not grabbing your leg or anything, like like not like Golem, holding on to Frodo's leg, begging him, but more just kind of still cowering next to you, looking up to you like a sad little puppy. Obviously, he's a kind of cute for a goblin. He's still a goblin. They're not very pretty creatures, but his eyes,
Yeah.
you do notice his eyes. They are stunning. His big marble, just blue, soft. They're watering. While his skin is obviously gnarly, very tough and grimy, his eyes are gorgeous.
Okay. So
And
come with me. We'll get you some food, and you can tell me more about this, big evil man that you're talking about.
oh yes, for sure. And he follows behind you completely. All right, and he follows behind you as you guys walk into the living room area, past the dining hall, up the stairs, and into the main hall. And as that conversation's going on, Yorick, you get to Old Bill, and Rimmerou's not far behind you, and Old Bill looks to you as you can see him preparing some morning stew, and he greets you with a wide smile, saying, "Ah, howdy, y'all. What can I do for you? Waiting for breakfast?"
Indeed, Belle, you read my mind like an open book.
Well, it'll be ready in a few minutes. If you want to go sit in the dining hall, I'll bring it to you in a minute.
All right, old Bill. Can't wait.
All right. And you turn around and you see Rimuru, who's just standing behind you, made no noise, so you really had no idea they were following behind you. You just turn around and you see him there.
Oh,
Sorry.
good morning, Rumor. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, but it could be better. Still not really mentally doing okay. I'm sure you guys aren't any better.
Don't worry, it will be better someday.
And as
All
you
we can do is just hope.
And as you guys have your little conversation talking back and forth, Novu enters, and you see quickly following behind him is a tiny little goblin, hunched over, tiny in size, as I said before, 2 feet, 3 feet at max, at standing at full height. Tiny little guy. And Novu, what do you say as you enter?
Hello, all. Is breakfast coming soon?
Yes.
Yes, but more important, who's that? Is that a yordle?
The,
I don't know what a yordle is.
he looks at the goblin, looks at you, and he's like, "Yordle? No, I'm Gob.
A
And
goblin? Mm.
not only a goblin, he is literally named Gob.
That's
Never
cute.
heard. Never
Oh,
heard
gob.
of these.
You've never heard of a goblin? Well, to be fair, I've never heard of a giant blue human? Demon? God?
Come on.
Dad?
Please don't go there.
Oh, okay, sorry. I never met him, so I don't know what he looks like.
Don't worry, me neither.
take
Damn.
a funny dice, Yorick. Felt in real life. So Gob hops up to one of the chairs, and he sits there like just looking around, looking at all of you, and he's just like, "So, are you gonna kill me, or
Why would we kill you?
Yeah,
well,
why would we kill you?
you're an elf. I assume you're a human," pointing at Yorick, and then pointing at Rimuru. "I have no fucking clue what you are, but Regardless, you live on the surface, and well, us goblins live underground for a reason. We're not really liked. Usually we're killed on sight. Scratching his head.
Well, I mean, you got to admit, a lot of your kin aren't always the best, and so I mean, I can. But I don't judge like that. Like I and you used to be a part of the thieves guild here. You said, right?
Ah, yes, indeed.
Also,
Before. Oh, go ahead, Rimmer.
sorry. If I'm able to interject, their kind is very nice, at least for my world.
Oh yeah,
I
so
live
yeah, Rimmer, you speak up and you're like, what are you talking about, Novu? Goblins are awesome. They're super nice.
Yeah, they're amazing.
In my world, they attack like without provocation. They are always stealing.
Well, and when you say the stealing thing, he puts his finger up. He's very. I mean, he was a thieves guild member to begin with, obviously,
Mhm.
and he's like, I mean, a lot of people do think we attack on sight, but I mean, we were at one point in time accepted as people before the war started again, and before Maxie took over the courts of justice. That man really doesn't like anything that's not humanoid.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
this
tell
is
you right now that you're fine, my guy. I promise.
Oh, thank
as
you.
soon as you said that you were part of that area, I wanted to hear more about it. Plus, you were part of the guild, which means that you have thought and you have motivations. In my world, a lot of the goblins don't have these kind of thoughts and motivations.
Oh. Your goblins must be like our hobgoblins. They're like us, but smaller, and they have no mental capacity. They do attack on sight.
That's the kind of goblins in my world. A goblin would be just exactly what you described.
Ah, yes. Hobgoblins, they were a clan of goblins that really angered an angel. And never get on the bad side of an angel, because they'll do something like curse your bloodline. And now we have hobgoblins. They can't think, and all they do is fight and fuck.
Oh, okay. That's the life, I guess.
Well, good thing Turiel isn't here right now.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Tyriel's awesome. No, if you know Tyriel, wait, hold. I know who you are. You're the heroes of Tristram. And he points to all of your faces in shock. He's just kind of like his gears are clicking. He's kind of figuring everything out. Oh, 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 oh. Boss is gonna be real mad. I'm talking to you.
Who's your
What?
boss?
The kingpin. He kind of owns me. He has my soul on a contract.
Oh, does he now?
Indeed.
And you try to escape? Doesn't sound like a good idea.
Not escape. No, not escape. Just hiding out for a bit. Getting some me time. This building was empty until 2 days ago, right? I was here 2 days ago, and no one was here. So I assume you moved in recently. I used to come here and just, relax. Get some me time. I usually get beat afterwards, but at least it's worth it.
Oh no. Okay, so I have a quick question. Is there any way to break a contract in this world?
Indeed, yes. You could have. You can go to talk to Thaddeus about soul contracts if you would like more information. But you do know that soul contracts are not they're not an omnipotent force. They're not, all powerful. A soul contract with high enough magic could theoretically be broken.
Awesome. Because that would fucking suck for this little goblin guy, and I don't want him to die or be beat anymore. Because what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So, did you? I told you guys about the underground and how that's where a lot of the non-pretty races have been living, and they're barely surviving. And the
Yeah.
kingpin there decides who gets food and who gets clothing, and I've been
Yeah.
talking. I've
That's
been
not
talking to someone who has been trying to help, and I've recently gave them some gold, tried to get them some food and clothing. I want
nice.
that to stop. And they also have connections to the large army that is that we're trying to fight. So I
Oh.
kind of wanted to go and attack them and get rid of them and find out what they know to help us further our goals in ridding the land of all the badness.
Oh, sir.
Right.
Oh, sir. While I love your humble intentions, God knows the strength of the kingpin, and I'm sorry, but you are not ready to face that man yet. You are getting close. Your power is very strong. My eyes can see almost all. And he kind of waves his hands in front of his eyes, and you see his eyes sparkle with a green magic as he kind of looks at you and kind of looks around to the rest of you, and he says, "You are all very strong, but not quite ready. Soon, though, soon. But if you would like information, that I can give."
Gob, what's the Kingpin's name?
The Kingpin's name is the Kingpin. He's not very creative. If you mean his birth name, no one knows. He kills anyone who finds out, and he supposedly is so old that anyone who is found out is already dead.
Well, that doesn't lead us pretty much anywhere.
I do know his brother's name, however.
Do tell.
His brother is Gorb, the human wall of flesh. Though
Ew, that sounds horrible.
human's not really the right term, because he's 50 feet tall, but he's kind of mannish.
Ew.
Now, as for the talk of this taking out the kingpin, I this is a noble idea, but I think you should wait. Gob is very freaked out, clearly.
Why?
Do you all know what the kingpin is and what his brother are?
No. I don't think, unless Nobu does.
No, I've been trying to get information is all. Like I'm not like gonna go charge in there right now. I'm just waiting to get more information and to know if to figure out when we should go.
Mm,
Right.
ah, well, how to put this correctly? That thing right there, on your kind of by your shoulder, pointing at Veldora. That's a baby blue dragon, right? I mean, it's insane that you have one, but I know what they are. Uh, and it's a good one too. It has healthy genes. You can see it's rather, fit. Some dragons, however, become so inbred that they don't look right. For example, Gorb and his brother Kingpin. They are actually inbred dragons. God knows this because he overheard them talking about it last night. Well, not last night. Sorry, memory's a little fuzzy. I get beat a lot. But like a few years ago.
Well, that changes our entire fucking perspective on everything. What should we do about this now? We now know that they are quote unquote inbred dragons.
The fact that
Veldora's a baby, I kind of don't want him to be put up against that yet.
the fact that they're
Right, I don't.
inbred does mean that they are weaker, by the way. Inbred dragons contain significantly less power than your average adult dragon, but they are still adults and very old at that.
Well,
Exactly.
clearly we're not ready for
Even if
that.
they're not. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying that we're clearly not ready for that yet.
Yeah, and especially since they're older and they're still adults and dragons. Um, they're used to. They they know plenty of party tricks to kill people. Obviously, if they're
Yes.
part of the thieves guild.
You all begin to see old Bill walking into the room. Does anyone do anything as they see him or no?
I wave my hands frantically, excited to see him.
Okay. He walks over to the table, looks at Gob, looks at the rest of you, doesn't even give a second glance, and sets down the big pot of soup. Puts down 3 bowls, walks back into the kitchen, grabs a fourth, walks back out, puts it in front of Gob, and then begins to serve all of you your food.
Thank you, old Bill.
Of course, anytime. And then he begins to walk back to the kitchen.
I swear I love that man. He's so sweet. He treats us all like we're his kids, I swear.
You see Sir Straw get up from the table he's sitting at, and he says hello to all of you. Oh, hello. I'm gonna go get some food as well. And he walks into the kitchen, and he goes and he eats in the kitchen with good old Bill.
All right.
All right. It's at this time Gob begins to feast like he's never eaten food before. Just chowing down, he begins to demolish the soup in front of him. By the time all of you've had even a bite or two, his bowl is empty and he is patting his belly happily.
I look up to Gob and I ask him if he would like a little bit more.
Oh, yes, please.
Is it like an entire pot,
Yes,
or is there like
yeah. There's a pot. There's a server like serving dish like little ladle.
All right, so I pick up the ladle and I give Gob a little bit, like some more. Like I'll fill his bowl up more.
Okay, you fill his bowl up a second time, and he licks his lips and dives back in. And this time he eats a little slower. Slow enough to by the time you've all finished your bowl, he finishes up too. So you've all finished your food. It was a nice, lovely meal. Fish, as always, that's Bill's specialty. But a different fish as of the day, like usual. Radiant. There's some radishes, some chopped celery and carrots. It's got beautiful flavors, a little bit of garlic, some herbs and such, and you all find it, a delicious meal as you always do. And Gob enjoys his food immensely. It's at this time that Gob's neck, a collar appears, and it begins to glow bright red. Gob does not notice this, however, because he's busy licking his bowl.
Gob, your neck.
Huh? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I help stick it going. Master calls, master calls.
All right,
And
be careful, please.
before he can even like actually get to say goodbyes to everyone, he's just suddenly yanked. It just a magical force just begins pulling him violently, almost just snapping his neck. It fucking you hear it. It hurts. Like there's potentially a bone broken or something as he's suddenly just violently dragged up the hall through a door and then just off and unless someone runs after him, you just hear him get dragged and then you hear Arista yell, "What the fuck?" And then just silence.
Rimuru gets immediately angry. All the sadness and happiness that went away from obviously the whole ordeal and then the food like just vanishes and she's angry.
So Rimuru, Yorick, and Novu, you have a little bit of new information. You've met a new person. Oh, and as I completely forgot to say, as you learned his name and you offered him that food, a new ally has joined your list.
You guys also upset about that whole red collar thing?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Who the
I
fuck does that?
I was told he was there's some pretty nasty people there. And that's why I've been trying to help, and that's why I want to clean that area out as quickly as we can. But it seems that that is not in the cards yet.
Jesus. Who is the person that I needed to talk to you about the whole soul thing again?
Thaddeus. If you would like to talk, Thaddeus would know more about soul contracts.
Mm. Did you guys want to go see Thaddeus about soul contracts at any point?
If you want to go do that, we should go do that.
All right. Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of important. I want to be able to get, once we, get stronger, I want to be able to break that.
All right. So you guys get your things together. You top off your bowls. You finish up, and you guys call old Bill out. He picks up the dish and he brings it back in, and you guys head out. Does anyone stop by at Grothra to grab her? Because obviously no one has actually seen her new room yet in character.
Yeah, I'll go stop by and see what's going on. See why she hasn't like come out yet.
So Nova, you get closer and closer to Garothra's room, and you begin to hear running water. Shh! The splash of a waterfall landing into a pool, crackling of electricity. As you knock on the door, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And knocking on the door, it takes a minute, but you hear, sorry, one moment, and you hear some footsteps, and as she walks up to the door, and the door comes swinging open. As the door opens, Novu, you look inside to see exactly as the picture portrays a gorgeous, like willow tree growing out of the ground up into the roof into an opening in the sky, allowing sunlight in, a running waterfall falling into a beautiful large pool pond of water, lily pads and gorgeous clear blue water. Cassidy sitting on the water side, just enjoying his feet in the water, some fish nipping at his little skeleton toes. Garothra looks at you and she says, "Oh, Novu, can I do something? Oh, it's the morning. I'm sorry. We were just we were having such a lovely time." And she points over to Cassidy, who, like I said, you can see in the room with her.
I mean, we were gonna head out soon. I wasn't sure if you wanted to come with or if you were doing your own thing.
Oh, I was actually just finishing up the last touches on this place. What do you think? I used some of my magic to create it.
Some, good lord, this is fantastic.
You enter in Novu. What kind of elf are you?
Eldrin?
How, I don't know the background. Are they very connected to nature, like wood elves at all, or no?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
very much so.
Okay. Good. So going inside Novu, you feel like you're at home. It's so peaceful. It's calming. It washes over you in a soothing, nice manner. The mana and the magic in the room is so natural, so correct. It feels as if you're back at home in nature. And looking around, everything is just so calming, so relaxing. You feel wonderful in this quaint little room, this quaint little cave.
Wow, this is amazing. I absolutely like this is great.
Well, thank you so much. It took a lot out of me, and it took about 8 hours of constant mana, but I like it, and Cassidy enjoys it as well. And you look over, and Cassidy's like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, indeed, I do."
Well, you've done well. This is great. I yeah. Wow. That's kind
Well,
of
I'm I'm glad you enjoy it. It means a lot to me that you find it homey as well. If you would ever like to stop by, please feel free to. And
I appreciate that.
she says to you, "I don't, I need a little bit to rest, so I will have to take a rain check on leaving. But please, if you go out again soon, come get me in a few hours."
Okay. I will leave you to it then.
All right, and you shut the door behind you as you exit her room.
She gonna come with us?
No, she's very tired right now from using her magic to create this new living space for herself.
Yeah, that was Remy asking.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Nope, she's gonna do her thing. You guys should visit that room that she just got done magicking up. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
She said she needed some rest, but to come back maybe in a few hours. Cassidy's hanging out in there too.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yorick,
Is he coming?
Yorick, hearing that Cassidy's in there, do you want to go see it for yourself too now?
Yeah, I'll go and try to grab him.
All right. You walk up to Garathra's door, and Garathra heard you walking up your big fucking goddamn feet, thudding over and over. And she opens the door, saying, "Ah, yes, big guy. What can I do for you?"
Wow.
Yeah, you see a gorgeous sight before you. It is stunning. It's just a natural, obviously wonderful sight in front of you. It's beautiful waterfall and escaping lands. Nice growing willow tree, as I've stated before. And you see Cassidy on the other end of the room, dipping his little feet into the water.
So you seem to be enjoying yourself, Cassidy. Want to take the day off and chill a bit?
Yeah, boss, that would be great. I'm having a wonderful time.
All right. Have a nice rest. When we need you, we'll come back and get you, okay?
Will do.
And Grafra.
Cassidy is just slowly becoming papyrus. Son of a bitch. What am I doing? Okay. All right. So what? Yorick, you walk away.
I'm just saying to Grafra, Grafra, you did a wonderful job. This is a very pleasant place.
Fair.
Thank you very much.
DJ, grab a
Your handsome blue ass is welcome any time. And she gives you a little wink.
I don't want to sully your waters with my nasty body. But, well, have a nice rest. You deserve it.
You're not allowed to use them or something? Like,
And I'm gonna walk back to the guys.
All right. And you guys all collect yourselves, and you guys head to Thaddeus's magic shop. Rimuru leading the way. All right, so go ahead and everyone move your tokens over to Thaddeus.
I'm gonna drag Arista with me.
I'm
Go ahead.
apparently now on top of the roof. Okay.
Do you giving Arista a little bit of a talking to at all about her discrimination, or are you just gonna let that fly?
Oh no, that's exactly why I'm bringing her with.
So what do you say as you go to get Arista? What do you say? She's in her bedroom still. She's just she's chilling. She's just laying on her bed.
I was like, look, I understand. Popped out of nowhere. I get it. Who wouldn't be irritated about someone invading their privacy? However, because they're a goblin, really, is there something behind that, or what?
I suppose you're correct. It was rude. I'm so I'm sorry. It's not a common sight to see the little green fellows, and I do have a bit of a bias against their less intelligent cousins, the hobbies. They did some not favorable things to some of the people that I lived with as a child, but I shouldn't take it out on their intelligent cousins. They aren't the same, of course, and you are correct. It's wrong. I forgive me. I will not repeat the mistake. He was just. You were correct invading my privacy and such. It was shocking to say the least.
Well, you know what happened, and you're good with it, and I'm good with that, and hey, great. I mean, if anything, you never know. He might know things. If I know that you, are a thief, you do your thing. And he may have some tricks up his sleeve that he could help you with too.
Novu, actually, this is a good point for me to mention. I'm gonna go and update the potential allies list. As you gain your allies, you actually learn what as they enter your list, you learn what they can potentially be. For example, Sir Straw is of course a monk. Arista is a thief rogue. And Gob is an artificer.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course he is.
yeah. So when I mentioned that whole magic on his eyes thing, that was him like using his artificer magic to inspect your own, to like look at you all and like tell you that you weren't strong enough. That was like a little clue to what he is. But yeah, he's an artificer. So yeah, he can't actually help her in thieving at all. He's an artificer enchanter. And Ray wait, did you guys not find the other artificer yet? Hold on. Oh no, you guys have not found the other artificer yet. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Okay. So Arista follows behind and you guys go to Thaddeus. And as all three of you enter Thaddeus's his room, you see some new people perusing his wares. An elven woman clad in golden holy armor. It's thin, it's not heavy, but she's wearing very fancy, elegant shit, and she's just doing her thing. And to the bottom, there's a man with some kind of potions and vials wrapped around his waist. He's perusing some kind of ingredients and shit. And lastly, there's a gnome, or maybe a dwarf with a big bag on. You've seen him around the magic shop before, simply perusing the different wares.
As we enter, I'm gonna give the guard a side eye. I still haven't forgotten.
Looking at the guard, yeah, you're like, oh right, should I mention that? Oh yeah, looking at the guard. Have you figured it out yet, or no? Do you still not know?
I've noticed, but
Okay,
I don't know what's going on.
Roll me perception again, then. As you look at the guard.
A 10.
Yeah, you still have no fucking clue. Yeah, that guy looks a lot like his brother, don't he? That's all you think to yourself as you walk in. Entering, and you find Thaddeus at the other end of the magic shop as always, hard at work in his big book. He does not notice you all as you enter. You have a chance to maybe talk to some of the strangers or peruse the wares first. Anything you guys want to do, or are you just going to head straight over to him?
2 seconds.
You're good. Anyone else? Yorick, Novu, you guys want to talk to any strangers or do anything before? Rimmer I know was busy, but either of you guys want to do anything?
Pretty person.
I mean, there's another elf. Wouldn't that be interesting for Novu?
I was gonna ask, have I seen many other elves or not really?
No, not really. They're very rare.
In that case, I think I will go and say hello.
Right. You
Can I follow him?
Yeah, Rimmer, you follow behind Novu. And you find that this woman clad in gold armor is perusing grimoires. Specifically, perusing cleric grimoires. You see her browsing up and down, looking through the books, and she turns her eyes over to you as you all approach her. And she kind of just stares at you for a moment. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need to get past me? I'm sorry. Am I in your way?"
No, not at all. I just saw one of the kin, and I wanted to come over and say hello. I don't see many of the kin around.
Oh! And she kind of notices your ears, and she kind of tucks her hair behind hers, and she's like, I'm so sorry, brother. I mean, not brother, of course. I'm so blown away. Another elf in Tristram? I thought I was the only one here. What are you doing here? Did father send from the north for me? I'm so confused.
I'm not from around here in any regard.
Uh,
Um,
I'm. She looks at you very confused. What do you mean, brother? All elves of sanctuary come from the same place. There is no other place for us to come from. Are you saying
I'm
that
from the Feywild.
the who's a what's it's? Oh! She looks at all of you and she's like, I know who you all are. Maxie has spoke of you. You are all the heroes of Tristram, people of different realms, like of hell and heaven, but entirely different than such. Similar to Sanctuary, but it's hard for me to wrap my mind around, but I understand now. You are Novu. Yes, he has mentioned you. He told me that I should speak to you if given the opportunity. She gives you an elegant bow.
I return the bow.
So Nobu, she now has told you who she is. What do you ask?
So what are you doing here? If you're from way up north, what brings you to Tristram?
Well, as for what I'm doing here specifically in the shop, I'm picking up a new clerical book. My old one was given to me by Tyriel, and Maxie does not appreciate that. He told me if I do not get a new book that he will ostracize me from the church. I did not know things were so strict around here. As for why I'm in Tristram, I am here because I joined the caravan in the east. My family got separated from me as they headed back north for our brethren, but I got separated and I ended up joining the caravan to heal them, to offer my aid as a follower of Tyriel. You can imagine my shock to find that the man has been kicked out of the church by my arrival here in the home of the courts of justice themselves. I guess he must have committed quite the atrocities for Maxie to have to take his place, right? And she kind of laughs and she rubs the back of her head.
Well, so how well do you know Maxie?
Uh, not well at all. I knew he was a head follower of Tyriel back before taking over, and Tyriel always said he was a bit conniving, but I think he's a fine leader of the justice courts. To be honest, I don't know. The world is in such disarray, and I'm lost of as to what to think now. You can tell this elven woman is very naive, Novu. She's very very you can tell just by looking at her that while she is an adult elf, she's definitely very young. She's just of age.
Okay. So you've not been out adventuring and doing much. This You're kind of new to all this, right?
Yes, you could definitely say that. I put a lot of my faith in Priest Maxie to lead me.
I try to make it look. I try to look polite, but like, ugh.
Yeah, I get you. She notices your disdain, and she's an elf. She's got a high passive perception as well. And she kind of looks you over like, I'm sorry, but you give the impression that Priest Maxie is not as good of a man as he claims to be. I'm confused.
Uh, yeah, I mean, he seems like he's. I look around a little bit. He seems great. I have no problems with him whatsoever.
Rimuru is narrowing her eyes at Nobu.
Yeah, it's obviously a lie. Like very fucking clearly not legit at all.
I look at Nova and I'm like, serious? Mm.
Yeah, you all get the obvious idea that he's just being nice to the stranger here. Do you ask for her name?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
My name is Novu, and you are?
What's that? I am Katie. Katie Countercharm. And as she says her name, there you go. Right now, Katie. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get back to finding a book. If I don't replace this one, and she holds up her book that has Tyriel's holy symbol in the center, then I'm afraid I will have to find a new place to sleep very soon. Chuckling very awkwardly, visibly uncomfortable.
Well, you said you're a cleric, right?
Correct.
Hmm.
A cleric of justice.
Well, if by any means, if you aren't able to return to your place and you find yourself homeless, I guess our doors would be open for refugees.
Yes, of course. If you ever need a place, you can stay with us.
There
We have
will
plenty.
be times when there will be fighting, there will be people hurt, and someone with your skills might be needed again.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I will have to speak with Priest Maxi, but if he does not mind, I would love to accompany you all.
Well, it's not the first time we pick up someone ostracized by him.
Oh?
Indeed.
Oh, right. Sir Straw. I heard he was forced out because he still followed Tyriel as well.
So I'll leave you with this, Katie. If Tyriel is known to be one that is good and that is fighting for Tristram and is doing all these good things, why would someone not want him? Want someone to follow him? Or to not look up to his ideologies?
Roll me
I can also
persuasion.
reject
At
that and
advantage.
reject the thingy.
Persuasion at
The
advantage.
persuasion.
All right, I suck at this.
All right, I suck at this.
17.
You win. She looks at you. You beat her. She had a 13. So you say these words and you get her thinking. She stops. She looks at you and she's like, "Huh? Maybe Sir Straw was right to leave the church. Um, I have some thinking to do." But as she says this, you have met the conditions for the scroll to man 2 in 1 day again. This is fun. As you gain a new potential ally, Katie, the Order Domain Cleric.
River's mind is thinking of two things right now. Thinking, one, Priest Maxi's a dick, and two, Katie's very pretty.
And just for you all to know, Ray is a swashbuckling rogue, and Riley is a Hunter.
Riley, someone that we met last game.
Last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I forgot to mention, sorry. He was kind of a side note.
He was shooting a crossbow with different fireworks into the air.
Mm.
We met him like out near the town square when we were on our little walk around the area after the badness that happened.
Alright.
All right, you
It's a
guys.
cool ass name, Riley. Sorry.
No, you're good. You guys all end your conversation with Katie, as Thaddeus has now noticed you, and he gestures for you all to come over. Heroes, heroes! What can I do for you fine ladies and gents today?
I wanted to ask you a question about soul contracts.
Ah, soul contracts. They're very rare, usually only offered when specific conditions are met within a person's personality. Uh,
Sorry.
why do you ask about soul contracts? Are you all in need of one? I have a few, but they are rather expensive.
Oh no, it's not that. It's we want to break one. We
Oh,
have a new ally, um, and I want it looked very, let's just say it
hmm.
made me very angry to see someone innocent being dragged.
You say there's an innocent within Tristram who is bound to a soul contract? Who? I know everyone of this town. I have never seen a single person with a soul contract other than your allies. What do you mean?
I wouldn't say that he's fully innocent, but I look over to Nobu, unsure if we should say anything. Because I
Nobu?
think this is my second
Could
time
we
meeting
adjourn
Titus.
to your laboratory and we can talk?
Oh, yes, please. And walks over, touches the safe, and it opens.
Awesome.
You all enter Thaddeus' underground training hall, and the door slowly closes behind you all. The stone set back in place, and you are all nice and private now. What would you like to say?
So,
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna be like, do you want to start, or just I was like,
I'll tell the overview. You talk about the soul contract.
alrighty.
So Priest Maxi has he knows about like this underground area where I guess there's a couple inbred dragons that are kind of holding sway over a large group of people here in Tristram, and it's a rather large area, and most of them are the non-pretty denizens of Tristram. So orcs, half orcs, and such intelligent beings that just aren't pretty, so they aren't as welcome, and that they've been all kind of wrangled there and are now being ground under the boot of these two.
Cough, cough, goblins, cough, cough.
Maxie
Thaddeus
knows all about it and is profiting from it as well, even though he's looking like he's all goody goody.
Thaddeus rubs his beard and he's like, so you all have found out about the Outlaws' Refuge, have you? I was considering telling you myself, but I figured you'd learn about it sooner or later. However, the fact that Maxie too knows about it and is profiting off of it is new information for even I. Are you positive of this, Nobu? You are sure these claims are correct?
From what I've heard, yes. Am I 100%, or maybe is he trying to keep away from it as much as possible to give himself plausible deniability? Perhaps. I have a contact who I was going to talk to more about this and get some information, and also our new friend will probably be able to give us some information as well.
Well, that explains it. I assume the person holding the soul contract is the kingpin. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, that beast is very powerful. Not as powerful as I, but him and his brother combined do make a threat for even me. My magic is too strained, though, at the moment, keeping this place safe with Tyriel. We share the responsibility of keeping the protective dome around the city active, and we both are the only ones keeping the guards active as well. So taking them on is something I sadly just simply cannot do. But breaking a soul contract of his.
What do you mean keeping the guards active? What I remember the guards like.
Have you not noticed yet, Yorick? Really?
Well, they're a weird family. Rather,
Yorick, buddy, they are not living beings. They are simulacrums, small copies and portions of my magic, shaped and molded into guards to act as the city's defenders. They are not nearly as strong as all of you, nor are they even as strong as a regular guard, but they do make do.
you see, Yorick has like this look on his face. You hear the modem startup noise. He's like, what?
Fucking York, you're just sitting there blank faced, and Thaddeus just kind of palms his face. What I'm saying is, they are all illusions. Understand?
Oh, did you guys know? I'm turning to Novu and
Remy just shrugs her shoulders.
Yeah, Rimuru, this is all new information for you as well. However,
Yep.
Novu fucking knew. He didn't even need to ask. Novu figured it out day one and just thought you guys knew. He looked at them and was like, yeah, they're just made of magic. They're not real. Like, their whole body is just magic. So he looks at the both of you just like, really? You didn't know?
No.
So Thaddeus turns around and he walks up the stairs to his special little area. And he grabs some stuff and he walks back down. And he walks over to you, Rimuru, and he gives you a pen. An old ink pen. It's got the fancy, weird shaped pointed tip, long body with a little feather at the end of it. And he hands it over to you and he says, if you would like to break a soul contract, this is your best bet. Rather than breaking it, you will simply have to override it. Rewrite the owner's name with your own. You should be able to do it a total of 3 times with this pen, so use it wisely.
How much should I give you for it?
Please, this is for the blight of a living person. It is free of charge.
But I have to give you something. Is there anything that I can give you?
The companionship of the goblin once you've freed him. Please bring him by and allow him to say thank you to me personally.
Sir, I think I can do that.
Very well.
He might be of use for you, actually. Do we know he's an artificer?
Yes, you do know.
Okay. Well, he seems to be an artificer of some kind. I don't know what it exactly means, but it sounds kind of magical.
An artificer? A goblin? That is interesting. Please do bring him by.
We will when we meet him again. If we meet him again, we got forcibly separated.
I assume his master came calling.
Well, he didn't come calling. He called him, thankfully. Otherwise, we would probably be dying to a inbred dragon currently.
Yeah.
Thaddeus chuckles. He's like, yes, correct. My mispronunciation. So, other than that, is there anything else you guys want to do while you're here?
That's up to them.
I'm good. I need to get out and get some adventuring in soon so I can start paying for my I have a credit debt now. So.
Yeah, Thaddeus looks at you and he kind of taps his watch. Tick tock, tick tock.
I mean, it's only been a couple days, honestly.
I know that it's not even been a day. It's not even been a day. It's been like a night. All right.
I'm getting to it.
Rimuro looks very confused.
Thaddeus chuckles and he walks back to the exit of the training hall and he says, "Please, let us make haste. I have customers to attend to."
Of course.
All right. Do you guys want to do any magic shopping while you're here? Do you guys want to look for any items or anything?
I'm fucking broke. I'm gonna need to make money.
Do you guys want to talk to the other strangers? They look very, they could, I don't know. One guy looks like a fucking rope.
I don't know. Do you want to talk to them?
Okay.
All right. Who do you walk up to, Rimuru?
First guy I want to walk up to, since I'm closer to him, this guy with all of these bags.
All right. You walk up to a halfling, a half man, maybe a gnome, maybe a dwarf. You're not quite sure, but a very short fellow, perusing through different magical trinkets and treasures. He does not notice you at all. You will have to speak up to get his attention.
Hello, excuse me.
Oh, what can I do for you, pink, translucent, blob woman? Question mark?
I'm a slime, but hello, it's very nice to meet you. I just wanted to come over here because that's kind of look cool, not gonna lie.
Oh, wow. Thank you. He kind of blushes a little bit. He's very flattered. And he looks at you and he's like, I'm I'm so sorry. You shocked me beyond belief with your presence and your comment. My name is Boulder. Boulder the Halfling. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance too. My name is Rimuru, and the three people who are behind me, the giant blue man, his name is Yorick, and the man in purple armor is Nobu, and the woman is Arista.
Well, it's very nice to meet you all. I actually run a stall in the town center square. I sell magical trinkets and objects, much like Thaddeus here, but mine are throughout the whole globe, all across the land. So if you're ever looking for a knickknack or a strange doohickey, please stop by.
Worse, I think we might do that actually.
Well, if you don't mind me, I must get back to trying to find more things to sell.
I nod, and I walk back to Nobu and Yorick.
Okay. All right, you guys continue to exit. And Rimuru, you see there's one more stranger you haven't talked to. Are you gonna go talk to them too?
Do you guys want to say hi to this other person? This person's just hiding.
No, he's also perusing through stuff. He is specifically looking through like magic ingredients, like hair of the troll, Eye of Newt, stuff like that.
Mhm. Okay. Do you guys want to go say hi to him too?
If you want to.
Well, I don't want to keep us held up, like
I just kind of push you a little bit, like not sure if it's okay to push you. I'm like, eh.
I smile at him because I'm very excited now that he's, comfortable with doing it. And I walk over to the stranger.
And you walk over to the man perusing through magical ingredients, and he stops what he's doing to look at you, and he's like, what are you made of?
I grin, and I am made of a slime, good sir.
You are living slime?
Yes.
This is gonna be a strange question, but may I buy a bottle of your body?
I give him a very confused look.
Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I am
It's not lime.
a
I don't what?
I know it's slime. I know it's slime. And he looks at her and he's like, hear me out, hear me out. I'm very sorry to ask such a weird question. It's just, I've never encountered sentient magic slime before. I've only ever encountered the slime of mucus, of monsters and such. I am just curious as to what potions and magical things I could create with you as an ingredient. And I know that probably doesn't make it sound any better, but please, hear me out. 50
To be
gold.
honest,
50 gold
I
for a 1 ounce vial of your slime goo.
sir, do you have a bottle? There's
Yes, I do. He pulls out an empty vial, exactly 1 ounce, and he passes it over to you.
I give him some. I don't ask for any money except his name. What's your name?
Oh, no money. Thank you. My name is Mortem. And I am a alchemist slash booze man.
Booze, man. You know what? We might need some booze.
Oh man, how
I'm act-
far have we fallen?
I'm
Selling
actually
game a girl backwater.
Guys, we need some booze.
So he introduces himself to you, and he says, "Actually, I'm in the business of making a new alcohol, but I need a partner to start this project with, and I haven't found anyone else who is suitable. If you come across anyone, please, would you send them my direction?"
Hi, Smurf. And also, I want to ask, what kind of person are you looking for?
Just a fellow booze man, a fellow creator of liqueur.
Hmm.
Hey, York, Arista, Nobu, do you guys know anybody who does booze?
Hold on, let me roll history for Arista. Are you fucking kidding me? I do not need to waste a nat 20 on that. Okay. Well, she net 20'd, so Arista looks to you three and she's like, actually, you speak of it, and funnily enough, there's a dwarven fellow in the tavern. I was spying around for information, a few days ago, and, he, claims to be a booze man, a brewer. And he's also looking for a shop to set up in. He might be a good resource.
Rory smiles and points Mortem in the direction of Arista to talk to her more.
Okay. You walk over to Arista. What do you say?
Sir, um, could you help this man?
Arista looks at you. Roll persuasion. Unless Novu chimes in and tells her to do it.
Oh no, my persuasion's like really high. Hold on, let me. It's a 20. It's not nat, but it's a 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. You convince Arista. She looks at you and she kind of sighs and she's like, very well, follow me. And you look back to Mortem and you gesture for him to follow. And he gets up and he follows you. And Arista leads you to the tavern. Does everyone else follow these two, or are you guys gonna do something else?
I mean,
Obviously.
sure.
All right.
I forgot where the tavern is. Oh, no, I'm just stupid. Where the fuck am I? Did somebody move me? No. Okay. Sorry.
You're good. All right, you all make your way through the town, through the bustling city, Riley firing off his fireworks, putting on his daily show. The smell of the fish now gone as Old Bill's stall has been closed. Uh, but you make your way to the tavern nonetheless, and as you arrive, Arista walks inside and gestures to a dwarven man sitting around the campfire. He points to him and he says, him! He, claims to be a booze man. Or, sorry, that was a dwarven voice. Him! He, claims to be a booze man. So what do you do, Romero?
I'm going to walk up to. It's the guy in front of the gray person, right?
Right here.
Okay. The one that I'm next to?
Yeah. You walk up to the
Alrighty.
man and you see that he has got two drinks in his hand, one in each hand, and they are full of like some very powerful hard liquor. It reeks as you walk up, and what do you say to him?
I kind of hold my breath a little bit, but I say, "Excuse me, sir."
Pretty translucent lady. What can I do you for? Sweet cheeks.
I, you know, scowl. Then, okay. Hello. I have, uh, somebody told me that are a, you work a lot with booze and liquor and stuff.
Aye, indeed. No one's better than me. He goes into like a dying fit that I actually just really had in real life. And he almost vomits all over the floor. And you can tell he's very heavily intoxicated. Mortem walks up to you and he looks at you and he's like, is this the fellow?
I look back, I shrug and say, yes. Well, do you need a bucket, sir?
No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm dandy. He kind of trails off and he starts to pass out. And Mortem walks up to him and he kind of just slaps him on the face a few times. And the dwarven fellow, fuck. Ooh, what's that smell? Hops? Clover and hickory bark. Those are some fine booze crafting ingredients. What are you doing carrying those around, tall feller? And he looks up to Mortem, and Mortem looks down to him and he says, I can tell you're very drunk, but if you're half as skilled with making booze as you are skilled in drinking them, you might be a fine partner yet. The name's Mortem. And he puts out his hand to the little dwarven fellow, and the dwarven fellow shakes it, greeting him as, and I'm Godric the Great. And now you've learned his name. Well, if you want me to be your booze buddy, your crafting crew, we're gonna need a station to set up at, but I've had no luck finding one so far. There's someone selling brewing supplies, and there's a few places for rent, but I can't afford any of them. And Mortem looks down to him and he's like, I see you're in a similar state as myself. I also lack the coin to get the business operating. And he kind of turns over to Rimuru, and he's like, Rimuru, you've already been so helpful as to introduce us to each other. Would you mind being our, what do you say, fundraiser? Our backer? Our donator? For a portion of the proceedings, of course.
How about we go back to my place and we're going to talk more about that then.
Okay. Nobu and Yorick, while Rimuru has this little conversation, you see all this going on. Do you any of you guys go up to anyone and say anything, or no? You know, talk to Timmy.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
No.
Timmy looks at you, big wide eyes, watering ever so slightly. Oh, it's Master Nobu. Have you found my father yet?
So,
No.
we have reason to believe that your father is up north, and he may have been lost into the swamp.
Oh, he went to the swamp looking for me and mother, didn't he? He... Oh, God. I'm an orphan, aren't I? And Timmy, hold on, let me make a roll first before I say this.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
low-key laughing at the fact that he said, I'm an orphan.
yeah, natural one. Timmy breaks down in tears, sobbing his heart out.
I comfort him.
All right, you stay and you see Mortem and Rimuru and this strange little dwarven man leave, and I assume you give them a look like I'll be there in a bit. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, and you sit with Timmy. Yorick, do you do anything?
I'm just. I have a weird relationship with Timmy, so I'm not. I'm really embarrassed about the whole situation.
All right. So you kind of follow Rimuru back
Yeah.
to the back to the guild hall. And Rimuru, upon getting inside, Mortem and Godric sit down and you join them. And Mortem looks at you and he says, "So, I have this idea. A business, you could say, where we make an ale that is so pure, so powerful, and so delicious that it gets you drunk as if you drank 10 with only drinking 1. I think
Well,
it
how
could.
are you going to make it?
Well, we would need the supplies, the brewers' stands and such, but with time and the ingredients I now have, and this, and he holds up a little bottle of your slime, I think we could make a great business."
Well, I lean back in my chair and I rub my head, thinking, how much do you guys think it's going to cost, though?
And
Also, I feel like maybe Godric should be sober enough. So
oh yeah, Godric
maybe,
is.
like,
You say this and you look over to Godric and you see that he's like his pink cheeks are a lot like tanner now. He's not hiccuping nearly as much. You can tell that he's starting to come down. In Rimuru, you should have realized by now, but from seeing it kind of throughout the world, dwarves get drunk very hard, but they sober up very fast. It takes a lot to keep a dwarf drunk.
alright.
So Godric and Mortem kind of look at each other, and Mortem turns to you and he says, 500 gold. And I can promise you that starting tomorrow, you'll be making money.
Okay, how much profit are we? I want at least like
Hear numbers?
20%.
Well, I at least, Mortem says, am not interested in making money. Rather, I'm just interested in crafting the world's finest booze. And Godric looks over and he says, I couldn't agree more with this feller. I like his mentality. I think we're going to be great business partners. And they look at you and they say, so, that being the case, you can take all the revenue. Just let us do our thing.
So if we do that, then I will be making sure that you guys obviously still have enough supplies. If anything breaks, you just have to let me know. I'll make sure to put like separate parts for
Okay.
keeping it.
So
How much is like rent?
initial
How
so
long?
they're gonna set up in the guild house. There's spare rooms here where they can set up their business, so they don't no rent or anything. They need a $500 they need a 500 gold startup cost, and then after that you will have to pay for materials to continue to create booze. But I will explain to you how it works at this when we do downtime at the end of today. Okay.
That works out then.
All right, you spend 500 gold, and Mortem and Godric, you see them leave to go get the supplies they need, and when they come back, they're going to start setting up in this room over here. All right, Rimuru, open your notes real quick. I want you to write some stuff down. Okay.
Gotta open my word. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so to make a single, this is going to be called Pink Ale. Their creation, it is called Pink Ale. To create a single pink ale, it costs you 1 silver, and you can sell a pink ale for 15 silver. Okay? So, now that you've paid the initial startup cost, how much do you want to spend on materials? Depending on how many materials you buy to make beers will depend on how. So the way this works is they are going to start selling this liquor, right? You can do stuff to make their advertising better, to make more people see it and to see more and to get more buyers, but it starts off as simple as 7d20, 1d20 for say a quote unquote day. You'll get a week's worth of money every downtime. It's not actually a week of actual time. It's just a nice little way of thinking about it, right? So you will say you want to spend 150 silver to buy 150 worth of booze, right? That means you can sell up to 150 booze. I will then roll 7d20s, and depending on what the number is, that is how many you sell. You'll take that number, multiply it by 15, and that's how much you made, and then you'll have to re-subtract how much silver you want to spend to buy more materials. So it's actually a business. You're going to have to every downtime spend more to make more, and spend more to make more.
Okay.
Okay? So it costs 1 silver to make 1 ale, so 1 for 1, and you can sell 1 ale for 15 silver.
Okay.
And how much materials do you want to buy to start?
How many silvers equal
10
a gold piece?
10 silver is 1 gold. I believe,
10
right?
silver
Is that correct,
is
guys?
1.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes, 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay. Sir. Oh my god, my brain's not gonna work.
So if you want to spend 5 gold, you'll get 50 work. You'll get 50 materials. If you spend 10
I
gold,
need money. I'm gonna chime in.
okay.
400 silver.
You're gonna
400 silver.
You want to invest, Yorick?
Yes. Yes.
So 40 gold.
So we're gonna.
You're giving them 40. You're giving Rimuru 40 gold.
Yes.
Okay. All
Are
right.
you gonna be a business partner with us? Do you want some of the money?
Yorick likes some good booze.
Okay.
I turn to them and like, I hope this booze is really what you say it will be. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna do a bit of tasting.
Well, do you want to be a business partner? Do you want to work with us? We can do like half because if you're putting in,
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I would just say let's add it to our guild funds.
Added to guild funds.
Yeah, guild funds.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. How about that?
Okay. All right, so you agree that all the money made from the business will, rather than going to your personal account, Rimuru, you will write in your notes, business money earned, and then you're gonna keep track of how much gold is earned. You're not gonna put it in your inventory. Rather, you're gonna keep track of it there, and you can divvy that money out to whoever wants it. Like I said, it won't be in your inventory. Rather, it'll be in the notes. And if you want to add some of it to your inventory, you'll just subtract how much you take from the notes, and it's gonna be like a little bank. Okay. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I have a Word document of everything.
Perfect. That's good. That's good. All right. All right. With that, that is set up. Novu, Timmy stops crying about this time, and you're able to finally leave. Do you say any goodbye words or anything?
Like, so where are you staying? Like, who's taking care of you now?
Oh, I live at the orphanage, and I just come by the tavern to get some company and hang out with people. But that's where I stay, and the orphanage caretakers take care of me.
I mean, is it a nice place? Is it good? Are you good there?
It's small, but it's homey, and the people are nice.
What do you usually do there?
We study. They have some books for us to read and such. We do our equations. We go outside and we play with the other children and such. But other than that, there's not much to do.
Do you like it there?
Uh, I miss my mother and my father. I would much rather be with them, but it is good enough, I suppose.
No food. Ask him if he wants to stay with us.
I would have never thought of anything. We have a place? Holy shit! Um, what do you think about um well see I'm in a odd position here, sir. Um, we have a grand cook, but he could use some help in that kitchen and cleaning up and such.
Timmy's
But I
eyes
just
light up.
haven't found the right person for the job. Do you know of anybody that could do a job like that? I mean, they would probably get like a small room at least, and maybe even some money. Do you know anybody that might have need something like be interested?
He like gives a wide smile and he's like, I don't know, would it require having to get down into small areas to clean? Well, a smaller person would probably be required, right?
Indeed, especially since our cook who is older, he probably is. He's not very good at bending over and getting into those little nooks and crannies.
Uh, I think I have a good idea of who could help. And he kind of stands up and he looks at you and he's like, please let me do it.
You think you're up for the task, sir?
Yes. And he like gives a big smile and a thumbs up to you.
Well, why don't you come with me, and I will introduce you to the man that you may be working for, and it is his say. We will see what he has to say.
All
Sound
right,
good?
for sure. The kid follows behind you really eagerly, pretty much grabbing onto your coattails. And you and Arista head back to the guild hall. Entering inside, you lead Timmy over to Old Bill, where you find Old Bill's straw just chilling in the kitchen talking. What do you say to Old Bill?
Hello, how you doing today?
Pretty good. Me and Straw are just talking about fish.
About fish, huh? Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's this young gentleman here who is in need of a job, and I told him that you could use someone to clean up and help serve the food and such.
And he looks at the little man and he looks back to you and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm the man in the kitchen. No, I'm kidding. He looks at you and he's like, of course. Little helping hand is always welcome here. And he kind of he puts his hand on Timmy's head and he gives him a little rub on the hair. And Timmy takes a deep whiff in of the kitchen and he's like, "Oh, what's that delicious smell?" And he like walks over to the table where there's the pot of stew still sitting there. And old Bill walks up to it and he takes a ladleful, pouring into a bowl, and he puts it in front of Timmy and says, "Here you go, lad. Have some food." And Timmy takes the bowl and he just begins to chow down instantly.
Right.
Man, I can't wait for him meeting Mommy Grover. It's gonna be interesting.
So you leave him there at Novo, I assume?
Yep.
All right. And you walk back over to find Yorick and Rimuru just settling up their business talks for the day. Okay.
So are we gonna like need to like renovate the outside, put like a stall in so they can start selling right from the outside wall there?
I
To be
think
honest,
so. Yeah, it would be best. We don't want everybody just walking into our halls.
yeah.
Hold on.
Plus, I'm sure if we wanted to get our own stall out there, I'm sure Maxie would want to charge us and charge us extra and then charge us the charge of the charge on top of the charge and the guild charge of having our own stall out there too.
take a funny die count there. That was good. Fucking charge for this and charge for that and the charge for the charge and the charge for the charge for the charge. Yeah, Tyrael. Oh, so you also would have remembered, Novu, that Tyrael told you that there was no such thing as a guild charge before Maxie took over. That wasn't a thing when he was the leader of the Tristram area. So yeah. All right. With that being said, we only have about 30 minutes left for today's session. What do you guys want to do? We could start wrapping up downtime if you would all like. We could, do some downtime, wrap it up, or we could start a combat if you guys would like to go out and start some combat. We can pick up next session in the middle of combat. It's always fine to do that if you guys would like. What do you guys want to do? It's about midday. You guys haven't really not done that much. You've just spent some time walking around, did some role play and such. So it's only about midday, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock at the latest. So what's up? What's the plan?
I really wouldn't want to start a combat without Marcel. He's a valuable asset.
Well, also, like we didn't do our downtime last week either.
Oh, we didn't get downtime last week either?
Yep.
Okay. So what we'll do is, we're going to take this last 30 minutes and I'll give you all 8 slots of downtime. Make up for the last day we did not get to do downtime, and then you'll get some downtime. So you guys each have 8 slots, so 8 rolls total to do stuff with. We'll start with you, Novu, since you brought it up. What do you want to do?
I was gonna have Ray continue teaching me the quad wield thing.
You will have to take a break from that because Ray is currently not found in the training hall.
Oh, that rat bastard.
He is currently at the bounty board. If you would like to talk to him, you can. But all he's really going to tell you is that he's about to take a bounty. He's about to go do a job.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd be a waste of a downtime slot.
Well then, are there other people at the training hall doing?
There is some new people.
Then I will go and see who is available to do what.
All right.
I will also join him.
All right.
And I will bring Cassidy.
Oh, you bring Cassidy? Okay. Oh, too bad, because Cassidy actually could have learned from someone, but they're not here today. So Novu, Yorick, and Cassidy, all 3 of you enter the training hall to find that there are some new faces. Novu, you recognize the spear woman in the bottom left. You know that they are kind of like a, they fuck around with their spear and a sword. They're dual wielder, but not really what you're looking for. However, there is a few new faces around the trading hall. In the top left, there is a bard with a bow and a kind of a what's a harp practicing their magic. So that would be for anyone who wants to practice bardic level stuff or any kind of performance or anything. That would be your kind of specialty. Over in the top right, there's a big burly man with gray hair and a thick beard, and he's just boxing away. He's just beating the shit out of this punching bag. He's an unarmed fighter. You can tell maybe a barbarian or maybe just simply a fighter. Down from there, next to the fireplace, there is a animaloid kind of woman, a furry, if you will, practicing magic. You can see them whirling around little balls of arcana, mixing them with the fire of the crackling fireplace, and then shooting them off at little targets. And then down from there, you see a man with big black dragon wings, large horns, and a thick set of muscles. He has two brass knuckles on, and he's just going to town on a piece of steel, just punching a steel plate over and over and over. You see his fists become to be just bleeding profusely down to his fingertips and his knuckles. And it's a gruesome sight, but he just does not let up, relentlessly throwing punches over and over. He is a monk. These are the new people that you can train with. Does anyone interest you?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to the magician,
All
I
right.
believe, or
Yes.
whatever mystic arts that they are involved with.
You walk up to the sorcerer, and you see them practicing their magic. They see you, and they give you the one moment finger as they continue to throw a ball of arcana around before throwing it into the fireplace and exploding in a little crackle before the magic all settling down. And the stranger looks to you and just kind of tilts their head, saying nothing.
Oh, hello, hi. How are you doing? I haven't seen you around here before.
And they reach to their side, pulling out a notepad and a piece of paper, and they write out, "Hello, I'm very good, very good. Is there something I can do for you?" And they flip the paper over, and you find out that they are mute.
Well, I saw you training here, and I also uh, cast arcane magic, and I was just curious to see like what you were doing, and maybe if there's anything I could learn from you or not.
And they take the notepad and they turn it back around. They begin to scribble, and turning it back around, they write, "Oh, currently I'm practicing taking spells and mutating them into orbs to throw. Taking a normally touch spell only and turning it into a ranged spell. Would you like to practice with me?"
Not really.
Okay. That's what they currently have to offer. They can make range touch spells into range spells.
Okay.
And you say no thank you, and they write on the notepad, "Oh, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to it." And they turn it back over, and you see the writing, and they continue to do their training.
Uh, I have no idea what I want to do. So if you want to go to someone else, that's great.
Okay, come back to you in a minute. All right, let's head on over Oromaru, or actually Yorick, since you're also in the training gowns right now. I don't see your token anywhere. I just see Cass. Oh, there you are.
Someone moved me. I don't know.
Okay. All right. What do you want to use? You see anyone you want to train with, or no?
I look around. I was actually looking for the. I think there was an archer last time here, but he's not here.
Yeah. She is also. Yeah, the other archer. Yeah, the other person is not here today, sadly.
Hmm. I don't know, man. This is. I don't really know what to do. Kind of disappointed. I turned to Cassidy, kind of disappointed look, like, "Oh, sorry, I thought there was someone for you here, but well, I guess we have to come back another time."
I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad that I move my NPCs around, making the map different every time so that it's not always the same, the same look and scenario for you guys. I feel bad.
Well, cool. I mean,
I'm not really a hand-to-hand combatant. Neither is Cassidy. We don't really use spears. Neither of us is really good at, well, musical stuff or wants to be.
You say that, and Cassidy looks at you like, "What are you talking about, boss? I love playing the guitar."
You can play guitar.
Of course I can.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. You know what? Back in my old days, I used to play, well, the bass.
He
What do you?
looks at you kind of like with a slack jaw look, but he always has a slack jaw look because he's a skeleton, but it's more so than usual.
Well, you have to know one of Yorick's emotes is like playing bass guitar. Sorry, could can I add proficiency with guess guitar to myself?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, maybe we can play together sometime. Actually, you know what? Let's ask that Bart. Maybe he can teach us a nice song to play.
All right. You walk up to the bardic woman, and you find out it's another elf, the third and I believe the only other elf found within Tristram. Novu, you would have also noticed that this person is an elf, if that changes your opinion about going up to them or not.
I mean, yeah, I'll then listen in. I didn't, yeah.
Yeah.
If they're an elf, I'll definitely.
Yeah. So Yorick walks up, and Cassidy looks to the bard, and Cassidy says, "Ah, you're very good at that harp there." And the woman looks at the skeleton, and she's like, "Ah, thank you. I've been playing since I was a small child. It's a passion of mine. Is there something I can do for you fine folks?"
Well, we would be interested in you teaching us, well, music.
Oh, oh. Well, I am practicing anyway. I don't see how it could hurt. Yes, please. Sure. Uh, my name is Evelyn. It's nice to meet you. What is your name?
My name is Yorick. This is Cassidy. And over there, this is Nobu.
Evelyn looks at you, Nova, and she's like, "Oh, a fellow elf. Um, what are you doing down from the Northern Lands? Did you get caught in the catastrophe as well?"
The catastrophe. What catastrophe is that?
The war, the outbreak of destruction and mayhem.
Oh no! Like I'm not from this realm. I'm from a different realm.
Same song and pony dance show over and over again. You go through the rigmarole. They look at you shocked. You explain. They're like, "Oh, you're the heroes of Tristram. I know about you." Yada 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 yada. And Evelyn accepts to train Yorick and Cassidy. So Yorick and Cassidy, how many charisma rolls do you want to do, and how many, what charisma skill are you going to work on?
I guess we're just gonna let's just do performance for each and 4-4, split it up right in the middle.
Okay, 4-4.
We're equally bad at this.
Okay, so yeah, both four charisma rolls at advantage and four performance rolls at advantage because you're training with the bard.
So for me first, for charisma.
Yep.
That's a 3, that's a 8, that's a 12, and a 17.
All right, so give yourself 0.3 to your charisma. The 12 was 0.1 and the 17 was 0.2.
point 3, right?
Yeah, 0.3. And then 4 performance rolls for York. Don't forget all these. You gave me those at advantage, right?
What advantage?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because you're trading with the bard, you get advantage on your rolls. So yeah, redo
okay. Let me.
redo those 4.
Okay, we had the 17 and a 12. Oh, this is better. So it's a 17, a 12, a 15, and a 16.
Okay. So 0.1, 0.2, so 0.6 total instead of 0.3.
All right.
Four.
Let's
Yep.
do the same for Cassidy.
Okay.
So 8 rolls.
Yep. At
in
advantage.
total.
Yep. 8 rolls total at advantage. 4 rolls total at advantage.
All right. This is not so good. We got a 15, a 13, a 17, and an 8.
0.4 to his. And then 4 performance rolls for each of you. So 8 total because it's at advantage as well.
Okay. And as we just clarified, I'm proficient with as I'm what I'm doing, I always have these like in my pocket. I'll just grab some strings and I strap them to my shovel. It looks kind of weird, and for some fucking reason, it does work and actually produces like bass guitar sound. Oh, sorry, ignore it. I rolled too early. Okay. Performance -1 plus proficiency so +2 actually. Okay, we got a net 20.
Okay.
So that's a 22. And we got a dirty 21, a 16, and a 19. Oh, sorry. Sorry. The net 20, 22, dirty 21, a 18, and a 19.
All right, so 18 and 19. 0.12, so 1.2, so a full increase to your performance.
All right, and now Cassidy. Oh, holy shit! He's fucking rocking. He's fucking rocking 2 nat 20s and 2 19s.
Damn. Okay.
He is rocking. He's just starting banging his guitar, head banging like crazy. He's just playing some metal riffs.
1.2 for Cassidy as well. God damn. All right. Rimuru, what do you want to do with your 8 rolls of downtime? Real quick, let me go ahead and see how many you sell. I'll give you 14 total since we're doing 2 days of downtime here. You sell 182 ale. So you'll take 182, multiply that by 15, and then also don't forget to subtract 182 out of your 400 stock. So you only have... Hold on, let me open my calculator. Okay, so you made... You made 2,730 silver. Okay.
You said 2,000.
730 silver.
Okay.
Okay. 2,730 silver. And then you have... You have 218 stock left. Okay? So you have 218 beers left to sell, and you sold 182. So you only have 200 left. You only have a little over 200 left.
So we made like total of, what is it? 273
Gold.
gold. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm gonna keep
that
track as
it's
well.
273 gold.
Yeah, that's how much you made. Yep.
And we have still 218 liquor to sell.
Nice.
All right.
Maybe next downtime we can use our new performance skills to like advertise.
Hell yeah, I'll give you advantage on your rolls for that. For your selling
Yeah.
rolls. All right, Rimuru, what do you want to do with your actual downtime though? Your actual 8 slots.
Hmm. I'm gonna go check in with Godric and Morna and see how they are doing.
You check in, they have the whole place set up now. The brewery is all set up, and they are about to they have to get a stall set up still. But what they've been doing is they've just been going around the center square, and they've just been shouting out about their ale. People have been buying it, and that's how they've been selling it so far.
All right. Awesome. Alright.
Huh?
I told them good job, and I then want to go to Garothra because everybody keeps saying that her room is dope.
Okay.
And plus, I just want to say hi and see how she's doing.
You check in on Garothra. She opens the door, and you finally get to see the epic room. And she greets you and welcomes you on in.
Hi, how are you doing?
Ah, Rimuru, and what brings you here at this time?
I just, want to make sure that you're doing okay, mentally and physically.
I'm still saddened by the death of Sunny, but I am making do.
Um, Well, I think your room is awesome. Of
I'm very glad you enjoy it. Please, if you would ever like to stop by, do not hesitate.
course. Is there anything in specific you may need from us right now?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, if you ever decide to change your mind, we're here.
Very well.
I'm gonna take my leave after telling her have a good day.
I'll say that probably just about uses one of your slots, so you have 7 left.
To be honest with you, that's a lot.
Yeah, you missed the death. Well, actually, to be fair, I probably should only give you 4 since I gave you 4 slots to work on your
Yeah.
constitution. So you have 3. Yeah, I'll just say you have 3 left.
Okay. Thank you.
You're good.
Makes that 100 times easier.
You want to just
Um,
practice your skills or something, or do you want to work with Veldora again?
yeah. I think we're gonna work on skills and do all that.
All right. You working on your skills, or you working on Veldora's?
Um, how many slots does it take for doing both?
You only have 3 slots, so you would only be able to do one or the other.
Let's do Rimuru.
Remember? Okay.
Veldora's.
Oh, we're doing Veldora or you?
Me, Veldora is fine for right now. We can
Okay.
do
What skill?
him next.
What stat do you want to work on?
Probably strength.
You want to work on your
Is that
strength?
possible?
Yeah, for sure. Give me 3 strength rolls and 3 athletic rolls.
Hmm. This
Nice,
is,
nice and simple.
and you said 3 athletic.
3 strength and 3 athletics. 6 rolls total.
So for strength, 11,
Jeez.
18, and 17.
Okay, so the 17 and 18 will give you 0.4, so write down 0.4 to your strength. In your athletics?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, you said 0.4 for strength?
Yes, 0.4 into your strength.
Okay. And then oof. 13, 3, and 10.
13 will give you 0.1, but that's it.
Okay. I do want to say, uh, okay. So I've been writing them down, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different things for strength. So I have 0.3, 0.5, 0.1, and 0.4.
Into your strength?
Yeah.
So, okay, repeat that to me.
0.3, 0.5, 0.1, and 0.4.
I think that's
So
1.3.
yeah, 1.6.
1.6.
Yeah, so increase your strength by 1 and then erase all of those points and then just write 0.6.
Okay. And then for athletics, it's 0.4, 0.3, 0.7, and 0.1.
Okay, 0.4, 0.3, 0.7, 0.1, 1.5. So increase your athletics by 1 and then just write 0.5. All right, so Rimuru, the way this works is just they're decimals, right? You know how decimals work, I assume. When your decimals when they reach a full number, just add those decimals together, and when that hits a full number, you increase your stat by that number, right?
Okay.
So like from now on,
I'm
just
still
when
gonna ask.
yeah, you're fine, you're good, you can do that.
Um,
All right, Novu, you are the last up. What would you like to do with your 8 slots of downtime?
Actually, I think I will take up the sorcerer and what they were.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be 8 Arcana rolls, and then 8. What kind of magic do you use? Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma?
Int.
Intelligence. So yeah, 8 Arcana and 8 Intelligence.
All right, so Arcana rolls.
Okay, 19. Well, I didn't get to. Hold on, let me read those again. Okay.
you
Okay.
don't have any?
19 is 0.3. 15.
Don't forget your modifiers.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's your modifier?
My modifier is +4.
Okay. Okay, shit, that changes things. Okay. 0.4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so you increase your intelligence by a full point.
Okay.
All right, and then 8 Arcana. Okay. And that's 0.4 as well, or is that higher?
4. I have a 4.
4? Okay. All right, so 1.6 into your Arcana.
Okay.
All right, and then all together, you have 7 out of 20 ticks to unlocking this orb skill. Okay?
I'm sorry. What was that number? You said 6?
7 out of 20.
7.
7 out of 20 ticks. Sorry, you probably heard me say the word ticks and thought that was 6.
All
Awesome.
right, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. that wraps us up nice and simply. If everyone would just move your tokens down to your bedroom so I can hover over the area and I can say goodbyes for the videos and everything.
I think I'm already there.
Yep, you're
Yeah.
already there. I already moved Eurista. Marcel's already there. We're just waiting for Novu and Yorick. All right. All right, and with that, you adventurers of the Orphan Guild, we leave off with another day having ended. I hope all of you adventurers enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to drop a like, a comment, and subscribe as always. I have been your host, the D&D Orphan, signing off. Say goodbye, everybody,
Goodbye.
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 and I will see all of you adventurers next Friday. Until then, stay frosty and keep on your toes.